Hello everyone, and welcome to a predictions special here on JoyClicks. My name's Christian Buckley. I'm joined by Owns the Chef himself, Omar Nakari.
What's...
You
It's
cut
me.
you cut out for a sec. Hello.
Oh no, yeah, I'm here. I'm almost the chef. Thank you for having me on, Christian, for this extra special episode today.
Of
I can't
course,
wait.
of course. I'm glad that you're the designated Nintendo guy at this point.
Dude, me too. I don't know what I did to earn it, because I've had my ins and outs, my time with Nintendo, my time without Nintendo this past life, but I'm happy to be here right now. You know.
Mm-hmm. So right here, right now, Omar, is 530 days since the last general Nintendo Direct.
Dude, yeah, we should talk about that. That's insane. I never thought. Maybe I was just cynical. I never thought we'd get another Direct. Honestly, at this point, I kind of thought we were done.
So,
you remember the way they announced Paper Mario as a tweet?
yeah.
I just assumed that was the way forward.
Sure. At the same time though, I don't think I ever could have seen them announce a new Zelda or something through a tweet. I know they did Hyrule Warriors, but that's not.
No,
that doesn't count.
True.
True. But yeah, it's been 530 days since the last General Direct. That was September 4th of 2019. And the big one more thing they had was, I think, Xenoblade Remastered. So that's the last one more thing Nintendo's given us.
Oh my god.
So, it's been a minute. But earlier today, we officially got a tweet announcing that tomorrow, February 17th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, we will be getting a 50-minute Nintendo Direct, giving reveals for already available games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and new games coming in the first half of 2021. So,
if Smash Bros takes more than 5 minutes of this shit, I'm gonna be so upset.
yeah, I mean, well, think about how the Smash presentations normally work, right? It's like, hey, here's the trailer. We're doing a Mr. Sakurai presentation next week on this day, you know?
Oh right, yeah. I guess I had nightmares about the the original Smash. Yeah. Holy shit. What was that? 40 minutes of everyone's here.
Yeah. So do you want to start with Smash then? Because this is the confirmed game. You know, this is the one so far.
Yeah, let's start with Smash. All right. New character, right?
Yes. New character. Sephiroth was the last one that was announced and released within, I think, a week of the announcement in December. So,
okay.
I don't know how soon this will drop, but I think by March is likely, because, there's 3 characters left, I think?
It's been Minecraft Steve and Sephiroth, right, of this pass?
Yeah.
And I think this was a person pass?
Was Min Min in this? The ARMS character?
No, I think Min Min was the... Oh. No, I think you're right. This might have been Min Min, Steve, and Sephiroth.
Okay. So...
Because the last character of the first pass was Byleth, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, so they have 3 left. You're right.
Okay, so... Would you like to take a guess? Would you have a prediction you want to put out in the world? Because I have one ready to go for sure.
I think I know exactly what yours is.
Who do you think mine is?
I think yours is Crash Bandicoot.
It's absolutely Crash Bandicoot. They just
okay, yeah.
They just announced Crash 4 for Switch coming in March. I think March is probably the right time for a new character.
Yeah.
It makes too much sense, I think. So.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, to be honest. But if not, I think they do this thing where they do if the last character was too cool, they have to go and do something a little more lame.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm saying it's time for Saki from Sin and Punishment.
Okay, that's a pull.
I think it's time. Look, Sakurai sometimes throws his bow and sometimes he doesn't. I think, I said it was lame, but I would think it would be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time for some Sin and Punishment love.
I'm personally unfamiliar with the franchise, but I do know it has its fans, and
I'm right here, baby.
I don't think Smash has ever I think more recently they definitely prioritize people with some clout to them, but also like past one we got Terry Bogard. You know, I never heard of Terry before the thing. So.
Yeah, I think Sakurai has his own like he just has his favorites, I guess. But I guess I feel like I heard rumors, or not rumors, but like, you know, doesn't Nintendo decide the characters instead of him?
So I think, as far as my knowledge goes, I think the way it works is Nintendo has a list, and they're like, okay, Sakurai, who do you want out of this list? And then he gets to pick out of those.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I think personally for me, what I want is more first-party characters that aren't from like Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
For this next one, even though I like Fire Emblem, you know, I think it's a bit much.
Yeah.
But in terms of prediction of who it could be, otherwise, like I'll be honest, I don't think Saki's probably coming. I think.
So what about like
I don't know.
What about a Zelda character? I feel like the Zelda series is a little underrepped. You know, we get 3 Links, but that's
for
like
sure.
Ganon and Zelda on top of that.
They should put Urabosa in that game or something.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Or some of those shark people. What is that? The Zora?
Yeah, the Zora.
Yeah, it makes no sense why Skull Kid isn't in that game, to be honest. Right?
Yeah, like
he should just be in there.
I think I'd really love to. Maybe it would be a little redundant because we have Sheik, but Impa, like Hyrule Warriors Impa from the past, that'd be super cool.
I don't see why not. I really don't see why not. Yeah, I think some Zelda representation would be super cool. You think you're a Kingdom Hearts guy?
Oh yes.
Next month they're putting all the Kingdom Hearts games on the Epic Game Store. Like every single one.
Yes.
So, all right. What if they're coming to Switch next month or something as well, and Sora's coming to Smash?
I'd believe that they're coming to Switch, and I would probably buy the collection again. But at this point, I'm really doubting Sora, and I honestly, at this point, I feel like I'd be a little bummed if Sora came slightly.
No.
Slightly. Just because, like, Square Enix has taken... Like, listen, I love Square Enix games. I do. But they got...
Yeah, you do.
They got Cloud, they got Sephiroth, they have every Dragon Quest hero, you know, as one slot.
I think it's fucked up that the only Final Fantasy representation is Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, and it's like not even a Nintendo one, you know? Like
no, well, okay, I actually do like that part because I feel like that is the game that like separated them. Where it's almost like they're coming back to take it back.
Yeah.
But like yeah, I guess I would rather these Nintendo characters before Sora as well.
Yeah.
But it is weird that he's not in it, I feel like.
No, it is weird. And people always say, like, oh, it's a licensing nightmare, but I feel like if they wanted it, they could get it done. You can take... There's, like, barely any Disney representation on Sora. Like, whatever there is, you can just take off. Like, it's a keychain. You're good. Just get rid of the Mickey ears, you know? Like, you're fine.
I feel like the thing there is, isn't it like that Disney actually owns Sora? Wasn't that, like, the rumor? Or, like...
I think it's a weird thing. I think...
Yeah,
like because they don't like give much Kingdom Hearts representation in the parks for some reason. Like it's a really weird overlap, but I don't know how likely it is.
Yeah.
As much as I want it.
Yeah, that said, I feel like if Nintendo wanted it, they probably could figure it out. But yeah, I don't need Sora. I like Sora, but I would definitely rather like I don't know what's a Nintendo game. I'm just gonna go back to the Sin and Punishment thing. Look, let's do it. Let's just do it. Some of those stages in those games look so cool. Imagine the stages for those. Like we have like some world-ending shit. I don't know.
If not this one, I do think Crash coming at some point would be perfect though. Cause like, if I can get in a Smash match and have Crash fight Mario, Sonic, Banjo, like that's the end of it, you know. Like, that's perfect.
You know who wins.
Who wins?
It's fucking Mario every time. He's way cooler.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, God, I forgot Banjo's in that game. That's crazy.
I know. So maybe it's gonna be something on that level, but we'll see.
Wait, I got it. I figured it out.
What is it?
It's Okay, there was all that smoke about GoldenEye recently. It's James Bond.
All
They're
right.
gonna do it. It's time. They figured out the rights. James Bond is coming to Smash, and he's timing it with the GoldenEye re-release for Xbox Series X and Switch.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I did want to ask you, because this is going over first half games and first half announcements for 2021.
And 50 minutes of that, huh? Crazy.
Yeah, I know. Nintendo Switch Online, specifically N64.
Yeah.
Is there a shot? Because I'm leading with that, but the real question I want. It's Donkey Kong's 40th anniversary. I know we're probably not getting a game. Is this how they bring DK64 to the Switch? Do they spearhead it with this and, like, I don't know, some other 64 game that nobody cares about? And then they package it as like we're celebrating Donkey Kong, here you go.
So I heard that Mario was gonna die in March. So, yeah, I think the theory people had before that was that March would be when they would release the N64 Online.
Okay.
Or something, right? Well, I don't know how you feel about it, but I kind of feel like that could be true. And if the N64 Online comes out, then I think, yeah, they would put Donkey Kong there. I don't know if they would spearhead it, because it's Nintendo and Donkey Kong at this point. But
right.
I think it could happen. I think it could be here.
Yeah, when I say spearhead, I mean like it's in that montage for the app that's like one of the first batch, you know?
Well, yeah. What do you think? Do you think N64 Online's coming in like now, or do you think it's like Game Boy stuff?
Listen, I think as much as I love the Game Boy and the Nintendo 64, I think that the N64 makes more sense for what this service is. I still don't know why Nintendo doesn't make like a Game Boy app for smartphones and give you those digital controls the way that like every Android user does, you know? Like,
yeah.
So I personally think that a Game Boy thing would make more sense in a Game Boy Classic because people have also thrown out there.
God, that'd be so good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll put chips on N64 being the next console for the service.
Do you think they will do another console though, right? Like it's coming.
Yeah, like they did the Game & Watch last year for Mario, right? Like I think.
Oh, not like a classic console, like a. Wait, you just had a scary. Oh.
I just thought of. I think
Game & Watch, Nintendo Switch Online.
No, I think that because this year is the Pokemon anniversary, I could see maybe like a Game Boy Classic later this year with a bunch of Pokemon games on it.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
But what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, you look at the Nintendo Switch Online offerings like every month for their new SNES and NES titles, and man, what the fuck are those games? I haven't heard of any of them.
Yeah,
like it's they had to put a new console out there right now because they can't get Chrono Trigger. So like I don't know, just start bringing new consoles out thing and bring games people actually heard of at this point. It's messed up.
I would say though, because you brought up Mario dying, I think if N64 comes, it's probably going to be April, just so like they get the rest of those sales out of the 3D All Stars collection as they can, and then like it's like, all right, week after it's not available anymore, NSO comes to Switch, or N64 comes to NSO, and Mario 64 is on there, and so is Donkey Kong, and one of the Mario parties, and Smash.
See, I feel like they would probably give us a slight heads up on that if they do it.
Okay.
Where like just as a like pro consumer move, like, hey, just so you know, we are removing this, but N64 Mario will live on afterwards.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, remember when like Sony like announced Death Stranding's coming to PC like a week before it came out, like something like that.
Yeah, I think it would be announced here. I just think when it releases would be after the collection.
Sure.
Done.
Can I talk about the Mario collection for one more second?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, it's a tragedy that Super Mario Galaxy 2 isn't in there. I think it might show up tomorrow.
Okay.
I think they might try and remedy that because it makes zero sense to me. I realize, like, yeah, okay, some of the controls don't map well to handheld mode. I don't care. They have to make it happen. Like, even if it's like it can only be played dock mode, I don't care. Do something with that game, please, Nintendo.
So,
Like,
do you think it would make sense? Because this is a February Direct, right? So we still have the other half of February and all of March before the year of Mario's anniversary, the fiscal year of it is over, you know?
yeah, Mario Day hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, so even though I think it might be Zelda mode, and we can switch to that in a second, I don't think you're wild for expecting a new Mario thing, you know? I've seen a lot of people say, oh, 3D World was the end of it. 3D World's the end of the celebration of Mario's anniversary, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is, like, one more thing for Mario. I have seen people throw around the idea of a Mario sports title dropping this year, so maybe that announcement falls in the Mario anniversary window, but release maybe not.
They just bought Next Level, right?
Yeah, so...
Is it time for Strikers 2, maybe?
God, I hope. But yeah, are there any other Mario announcements you think you could see? Like, I don't think Kart is this year. If there's anything, it's sports, I think.
For this year? No, I suppose not.
Okay.
Do you think, I guess, just real quick, do you think Sunshine and Galaxy are really gone after next month? Or do you think they release them separately?
I think they're going to release them separately.
Okay.
You know, because...
I think that might be the move then.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It just... I don't see a world where they add, like, GameCube and Wii to this online service just yet. But I could see them use the breakout of this collection as a way to be like, hey, get used to maybe buying HD upreses of GameCube games in widescreen for, like, $30 once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
So.
And then, like, when they have all those out, that's when they just slip in Galaxy 2, right? They just be like, oh, they're all out with Galaxy 2.
Yeah, I think that's probably what makes the most sense.
Please, God.
Well, we did tease it. Mario's anniversary is wrapping up. Zelda's is just beginning. The anniversary of Zelda, the original game, is February 22nd. So, people were assuming maybe there'd be a Zelda Direct the way there was that Mario Direct we watched. I think...
Dude, is Zelda's anniversary really February 22nd?
February 22nd is the anniversary of the OG Legend of Zelda release, yes.
That's crazy. You know, I looked this up recently. I don't think anyone knows when the original Super Mario Bros. Came out.
I would believe it, dude.
Yeah, because they just came out with the NES, and there was no, like, standardization of release date at that point, and they just don't know when the first time that game was sold, which is nuts. Yeah, I had no idea that was next week.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I double-checked. Apparently, it's February 21st. I don't know why I thought it was the 22nd, but...
No, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, this... If there's a Zelda anniversary announcement, do you see that coming after the Mario fiscal year anniversary in April? Or, like, do you think...
Yes, after Mario dies, for sure.
Okay, so you're not expecting anything this week except maybe, like, a tweet on the actual anniversary in terms of Zelda news?
I'm sorry. No, I thought you meant the release date of the games. No, the announcement is definitely this week.
Okay.
That's tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I think a decent chunk of this 50-minute presentation, I think at least 10 are dedicated to Zelda.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and I don't think they'll reveal everything for this year.
Right.
But a collection of ports or something for this first half, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So, considering it's first half, I want to get, like, big picture with it before we go into the first half stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do they end this direct with a new trailer and release date for Breath of the Wild 2 for, like, fall or holiday 2021? Like, I know they're saying first half only, but I don't believe them. Just for this one thing.
Yeah. You know, I think Breath of the Wild 2 will come out this year. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't start hyping it up here, I don't know when they would, other than, like, maybe there's another direct. Like, how many directs do you think we get this year? Like, usually they usually do 2, right, or something.
I think it's usually
3?
3, but I could
Okay.
realistically, maybe I see one in the summer that's like, hey, Switch Pro is coming early 22, and here's some more info about Zelda.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they could. I don't know. I feel like they should do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or I mean, that's what I want.
Mhm.
But yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Nice. Do you want to throw a name out there? Do you think it's just going to be called Breath of the Wild 2, or what are you thinking?
Breath of the Wild 2, The Stink of My Swamp.
There you go.
Maybe.
Bank on it.
All right.
So, in terms of first half, though, because I do think this is going to be like
Wait,
Mario.
I'm sorry. I just realized I didn't fucking call it Legend of Zelda. I said Breath of the Wild subtitle. Sorry. What were you saying?
Looking at first half, because I do think it's going to be a year-long celebration of Zelda like Mario was, or planned to be at least.
Yeah.
First half, what do you think is announced for February 17th through June of this year?
For Zelda stuff?
For Zelda.
I think we get the 3DS ports
Hell
of
yeah.
Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time in one collection.
Hell yeah, we do. I think that is the collection.
Yeah, I think that's it for the first half, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, obviously there might be Wind Waker and Twilight Princess as well, but maybe they'll push that to second half of the year or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because of Zelda being... Listen, I love Mario, but I think Nintendo treats Zelda with a bit more like... They want it to seem like it's more rare, even though Mario does the limited stuff, Like, I think they want to prioritize each Zelda game as being like, hey, this is a full-fledged package. So, collection I don't buy, except for this case. Like, I can see, like, literally the mock-up of the box art exists already. It's like the Hero of Time collection. It is the 3DS ports from Grezzo, just upscaled. Maybe they get it to 60, 1080.
Dude, they have to.
Yeah. The reason I believe that so much is because, like, do you remember those rumors that Link's Awakening's remake started development as a 3DS game, but then the Switch...
Yeah, I do remember that.
The Switch took off,
yeah.
And then they transitioned it midway through development, and that's why maybe the performance is a little wonky at times.
Yeah, that is weird.
They shipped that game in 2019. Grezzo hasn't done anything since then. They already have experience, if that rumor is true, translating a 3DS game to the Switch. Like, 2 years for them to put the games they already did on this new hardware and, like, touch them up a little bit. And, like, Citra does that all the time already. People emulate that and make it crisp and smooth. I buy that. I think that's what's going to happen. And if N64 is still going on, then maybe the original versions get added to the service, or you could throw them in this collection to have both versions. I don't know, but I do think the 3DS versions are what we get.
I would love if they would throw in the N64 ones as like a bonus in there. But prioritization, the 3DS ones have to get off that platform.
Yes, agreed.
Like, they better. They better. Just treat those... I don't get Nintendo half the time. Like, they have remastered, like, ports of those games, like, or remakes. So they better use those.
Yeah.
Like, just... It's fucked up that we could even doubt this, I think. But if it happens, it has to be the 3DS ones.
Yeah, and so you played Ocarina for the first time very recently, right?
I did, yeah.
And I know you sort of have a preference now for, like, the original releases of things, but... Do you think you'd be upset at all if it was the 3DS versions over the originals? Because, listen, I know there's no pleasing everyone with anything that gets done with a collection, a re-release, a port, whatever. But do you think it would be, like, best case scenario we do get these versions and then maybe the N64 ones come later? Like, what would be ideal for you?
Yeah, okay. I think... I am a bit of a original release guy now, but all I really want is just for them to include the original as well when they put out a remaster, or re-release, or remake. You
Okay.
know, I just want both. And with the work they put into Mario 64, I think I would be a little bit disappointed if the N64 Zeldas don't come out just like that as well, just as a bonus in there. I think they should do that. But I think I would like to see the 3DS ones as a priority here, because I just haven't seen those versions, to be honest. As a preference specifically for Ocarina of Time, I haven't played that 3DS version, but I think I do prefer the N64 one from what I've seen of the 3DS one in terms of look and stuff. But yeah, I expect them to give love to both versions, I guess.
Sure. Yeah. And like I said, I think if there's a collection, it's these two, and maybe their original versions. But I don't think we get what I see people throw around a lot of like, oh, Wind Waker, Ocarina, Twilight, that's the collection. I don't think that is happening at all. Like, I can't see that.
I could see a case where they put Twilight Princess and Wind Waker together, but that could be very unlikely as well. Like, those could be just there's two separate $50 products or $60 ones. I don't know.
Yeah. So the Wii U ports, honestly, I think probably get, in my head, least priority, because I think if you want to sell Zelda and make it feel like a celebration, you probably do that collection. And realistically, I don't know what other collection you could do that Nintendo would be like approve of, if you know like what I'm going for. But what I can
Christian,
see, yes.
How would you feel if Grezza wasn't working on this for this Zelda anniversary, and it was instead a remake of Link to the Past?
You can keep it.
Okay.
Because Ocarina of Time is already a remake of A Link to the Past.
Oh shit, you said it.
But I think what might get priority, because I don't know if they'd want to clog the entire year with Zelda, you know? Because, like, think about it. We got the N64 games, there's the 2 Wii U remasters, there's potentially Breath of the Wild 2. I think there's a lot there, and I don't know how much you want to flood that throughout this year.
I'll tell you how they do it, Christian. I'll tell you. So we have those Zelda collections come out in March, and then in 6 months, they take them off the shelf. They're dead, just like Mario. And then that's when they put out the HD Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword. And in Nintendo's mind, they can only sell like 3 Zelda games at a time. So, or 4. So they'll put out that and Breath of the Wild 2, and that'll be a mess for a few months. And then afterwards, they'll discontinue the Wii U ports. I bet. I don't know if I bet, but I could see a case where this is limited again, right? I think. I don't know. What do you think?
I personally, I don't think it's limited. I think the reason it was limited was to like make up for COVID stuff, and the last year was late for them outside of Animal Crossing doing ridiculous numbers. Like, it's artificial scarcity, which they've done in the past, but I also think it was brought on by, you know, COVID and sales not maybe being where they wanted when they wanted it.
But there were rumors about that collection being there for E3, right? Before COVID was like being more of a threat. Okay, you just think that after they just like changed plans for that game.
They were like, hey, we want to hit.
Just made it because of COVID.
Yeah, like we need to hit a quota. The best way to do that, you're on a timer, you know. I don't know if I see that happening for Zelda also, but like Ocarina of Time on 3DS, that became rare, did it not?
It did, but then they ended up getting another print.
Right.
It was rare for a while, but then they got that gross ass Nintendo Selects thing.
Yeah. So, I see a world where, especially if it is just the 3DS versions in a collection, that I can see a world where that persists.
Yeah, especially if they actually remaster them and not like emulate them like the Mario collection.
Yeah.
Like.
So, the reason I think the Wii U ports might get least priority is because I believe that Skyward Sword is whatever they're doing to it, I believe in that rumor. I think it's real. I bet that's probably the equivalent of Bowser's Fury in this anniversary celebration. You know, have the cut content, reconfigure it, make the controls work the way Galaxy works, the way No More Heroes works. Translating it to the Switch with either the gyro or, you know, holding Z targeting and using a stick for aiming. Like, I think Skyward Sword is the other, you know. I think the 3DS versions are the collection, and Skyward Sword is the 3D world in this case, if we're doing one-to-ones.
Yeah, I could see that. That Skyward Sword would take a significant amount of work. That would be a full-blown remaster at that point, too.
Yeah.
All right. So, but you think Twilight Princess and Wind Waker come eventually, though, right?
Yeah, I think it might just
Maybe
come
not
outside of the anniversary, like sometime next year, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I can go with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's...
It would be insane to have 6, 30-hour games come out.
And that's mainly if Breath of the Wild 2 is intended to hit this year. If it's not, I could see the Wii U ones come still, and then Breath of the Wild's March next year, but... if it's Breath of the Wild
2 doesn't come this year, man, I'm gonna be mad. It has to come out this year.
Yeah.
I won't be mad. I'll play it next year, but still.
If it's this year, I do think it's Hero Time, then the touch up to Skyward Sword, and then winter is Breath of the Wild. But before we move on from Zelda, any other remakes or spin-offs you're envisioning this year? I know we just ran through a lot of Zelda stuff already. That seems very likely, but do you think there's anything else?
Dude, the Mario Collection Wii and GameCube emulators are too good. They're too good. And if Nintendo doesn't make use of that shit for, I don't know what they want to call it, but just start re-releasing straight up Wii and GameCube ISOs, I'm gonna be upset. I think I want just ports or just straight up the ROMs coming in those emulators as packages on the eShop. And I don't know what you think if they could actually do that, but I think they should, and I would love if they're like, hey, F-Zero GX is coming out next week or something. I know that's probably the too obscure for them at this point, but it's what I want, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. I think for the anniversary stuff still, I could see a world where some reconfiguration of Four Swords is offered as an online thing, you know, the way Tetris 99 or Mario 35 is. It's hey, play through Four Swords Adventures co-op with your friends with NSO. It's free if you have the service, maybe.
Oh, were we talking about Zelda specifically?
Oh yeah,
my bad.
All good.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I think
that'd be cool. I never played Four Swords.
Me either, but I do think that makes more sense than the Zelda 35 or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But in terms of any other old games though, since you are bringing up the ISOs or whatever like that, with something like an F-Zero, other franchises that are no longer prioritized, is there anything else?
I didn't want to say it, but I did want a virtual console, man. Why can't they just do it?
Yeah.
Why can't they just do it?
I think the thing is, with Virtual Console now, I don't imagine there's many people that would want to buy N64 games again. So I could see N64 fall into that service, but
for Wii and GameCube though, I feel that'd be huge.
The only thing is that I think Wii and GameCube have, at this point, a history of getting some slight touch-ups and then just getting full-blown re-releases. You know, Sunshine and Galaxy, I would count towards that. I'll bring it up again. Just played through No More Heroes. That was a Wii game. Got a touch-up from... It's actually...
The thing with Sunshine and Galaxy is that they aren't really touch-ups. They're, emulated with, a little amount of work that I feel they could do for a lot of their old games.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. I feel they could do that same quality of remaster for Sunshine and Galaxy for a bunch of games.
Okay.
And that could be the new Virtual Console.
So do you think there's a world where something like the Metroid Prime trilogy is actually going that route, or do you think this is that Metroid Prime's trilogy is like a full-blown remaster, and do we see it tomorrow?
I think Metroid Prime Trilogy is a full-blown remaster.
Okay.
Only because I think they'd have to really get in there to make a few different control cases, right? For portable mode and docked mode,
Okay.
I'm assuming. And I also think with the way that thing was rumored before, it was probably before this emulator really came into place.
Okay.
So, do I think we'll see it tomorrow? No. I mean, is this a Metroid anniversary or?
It is.
No?
It's 35
It is?
as well.
Man. Okay, they should. Metroid Prime Trilogy should come out this year, but I think they're holding it towards once they know more about Metroid Prime 4, when that is coming. And I don't think Metroid Prime 4 is 2022.
You don't think it's 2022?
No, I don't.
Wow.
Do you?
Okay. I mean, I
Do you
could
think it's
see
this year?
No. Like I could
'cause-
see it hit next year, maybe like late 22, because they restarted 2 years ago at this point, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it's 2023.
All
Or
right.
maybe I'm being insane. Yeah, that does. Look at it's 2021 right now. Shit. Yeah, I think they still hold Metroid Prime Trilogy for a year before that game comes out, so I think it's next year.
Yeah, I think if your timeline's right, then I agree with you. I think they probably want it a year before. And also, as much as like the fans love Metroid, they're not gonna waste time with a Metroid re-release when they could put out 2 more Zeldas, you know?
Yeah, I think Metroid Prime 4 is also the case where they have to get it right.
Yeah.
Like, and I think for Retro at this point, they haven't made a game like that in years.
Mm-hmm.
To where I bet you this is like almost like another genre flip for them at this point, where they have to like reconfigure their studio. Like, I think it'll take a little time.
All right, fair expectations, I think. So on that point, do you think there's any Metroid tomorrow?
Yeah, I think Metroid 5, baby. Let's go.
So are you assuming it's the Mercury Steam team, like the people who did
Yeah,
Samus Returns?
I think so.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
People like Samus Returns.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. Do you think that gets support, or do you think they just go straight to Metroid 5?
I'll say no port.
Okay.
I think they should port it, but Nintendo's Nintendo. I feel like they don't port stuff when they should.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that this is actually Metroid 5, or is this that Super Metroid remake that got rumored?
I didn't hear about that. I think it's Metroid. Like, I think it's a new game in the Metroid series.
Mm-hmm.
Not a remake. I don't know if it'll be called Metroid 5 per se,
Yeah.
but I think it is the sequel to Fusion, right? Is it the most recent in the timeline? I don't know. I don't really know Metroid, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't either. Personally, I don't see any Metroid stuff happening tomorrow.
No.
If anything, I think it's the trilogy, but even then, I think you might have sold me on the trilogy not hitting this year.
Yeah, sorry.
On that point, though, like, do you think... Well, oh, sorry. There's another anniversary I think we should address quickly. Pokemon is this year also 25, but February 27th is the full-blown, like, Pokemon Day. I think that whatever Pokemon news happens is saved for then. Maybe they announce the Pokemon Direct tomorrow, but I don't think there's any Pokemon announcement tomorrow.
Was remember that rumor about the Pokemon collection with like everything?
Yeah.
You think that's real?
No.
Okay.
Do you?
What was that rumor again? It was like every single game up until DS was going to be like in some one box package.
Well, yeah, so it was 2 SKUs, because of course. I think one was Pokemon Red, Gold, Ruby, and Pearl. And the other was Blue, Silver, Sapphire, and Diamond.
Okay, that's interesting. Why won't they give love to the third games in the series? Ever? What if? Why can't I play Pokemon Platinum again? Why won't they let me?
I don't know, man. Like, because they started that with like Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, right? Or actually no, before that even.
Soul Silver, right?
Yeah, there was no crystal.
Fire Red.
Well, Fire Red is weird because Yellow wasn't really a third game.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know.
Yeah.
But Heart Gold, Soul Silver, there was never a crystal version. Remake.
No.
At least. But
no.
I know. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire had the Emerald content like baked in, and then there was the Delta episode that was like some Emerald related story that was the post game. So like, this is leaning more into the idea of Gen 4 remakes, but I could see the Platinum story beats that were added get baked into the Diamond and Pearl renamed remake things.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
I forgot. I think I know they'll probably say the big blowout for Pokemon Day, but I think we could see the Gen 4 remakes here tomorrow as an announcement, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd be into that. I just want to see them. I'm curious.
Yeah, me too. I do think that they're likely. I think those are the games for this year. But yeah, I think whatever Pokemon news there is, I think is probably saved for the week after. There is one final Nintendo like first party thing that I've seen thrown around a lot that I think it's probably time, because there's at least one of these every year, but new Kirby.
Yeah.
Specifically, I've seen a lot of people say 3D Kirby. It's finally time. Do you buy that?
Who would make that? Hal, right? Like always?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because
I don't know.
the last mainline Kirby was Star Allies, and I think that was 2018.
I'm not a big Kirby person, but isn't Mario Odyssey 3D Kirby?
You know, you have a good point.
All right. I don't understand why that franchise exists, to be honest. I'm gonna sound evil for a second.
Okay.
But like, I don't see any road where I get into Kirby at this point. They all seem like the same damn game. I think Hal should definitely make a 3D one if they want me to care. Mm-hmm. But don't know if it'll happen. I don't know if it'll happen.
Yeah, there's one Kirby game that I've owned and I loved.
Campus Curse.
No, I owned Squeak Squad on the DS.
The shit. I don't even know.
A bunch of like the Phantom Thieves, but they're mice. They stole Kirby's cheesecake, and then you had to get it back. It was just a Kirby platformer, and that was the story.
Sounds good.
It was good, but I haven't really gotten into a Kirby game since then. But if they did 3D, I would be there, I think. So if that's actually what's happening, and it's tomorrow, then that'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure. If they did 3D, I'd listen. I would look at it. I would maybe care.
Okay.
I think.
So I have a list of third-party things. If you want me to run through them, just let me know yes or no if you think it's going to show up.
Can I announce my first one from the top of my head first, and then you can run through them?
I think I know what it is.
Really?
I think.
All right. Is it Genshin Impact?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Genshin Impact, we might see a date for that on Switch tomorrow, because they announced that for Switch like maybe a year ago at this point, but hasn't shown up yet.
Okay.
I think it might be time. To everyone out there who hasn't played Genshin Impact yet, don't play that game. I just realized it's actually bad. So, but it might come out. I don't know. What do you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Bayonetta.
Oh. Man, fuck, I completely forgot about Bayonetta 3. Shit.
I think that's what they wanted.
That's also a first-party game, I think,
okay,
at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Bayonetta 3 is this year, it's not going to be first half.
Yeah, you're right.
I think. But similar to Breath of the Wild 2, I wouldn't be surprised if they do tease it. Just why not? Mm-hmm. If it's this year. But again, I don't know if Bayonetta 3 is this year. I just don't believe it. And that's only because they have been terrible to me as a fan about this game for years. Because realistically, look, they've been making Bayonetta 3 since at least 2018, right? That's when they announced it.
Yeah,
2017.
I think.
Yeah. So like, okay, Platinum made Metal Gear Rising in literally 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've had 4 times that at this point for this damn game. Like, I don't know what's going on with that game, but I don't think it's here. I don't think it's here.
Wasn't there a quote recently where Kamiya was like, "I hope to share news this year about Bayonetta"?
Yeah, he was, and I think he said something like, "It would be what if we all just forgot about Bayonetta 3? So then the next time when it shows up, we were all pleasantly surprised." Like, I don't know, man. Bayonetta 3 should be out this year, but it won't be. So I don't think we'll see it tomorrow or anytime. Maybe something in the fall. I don't know.
All right.
What do you think? Bayonetta 3 this year?
Oh, not a chance. No.
Yeah. Okay. Right. What the fuck's going on with that game?
What I think could show up though, you're talking about
Yeah.
like these Genshin Impact leaks of like rumors of things from years prior. A week prior, we got that leak about Star Wars Republic Commando coming to Switch.
Right.
I think because in the past, when old Star Wars games hit Switch, they were part of like a wave of them. I think Republic Commando will be revealed for Switch alongside Classic Battlefront 2 and the first KOTOR game coming to Switch. Just ports of the PC versions with multiplayer included.
Yeah.
So
Could see that. I don't get why KOTOR isn't on Switch already.
yeah.
Cause that has that mobile port too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's based off that port. Who knows? But yeah, I think it's time for a new wave of old Star Wars games. The past few years for all consoles, they've kind of been coming in waves. The classic Battlefronts haven't been part of that yet, but considering what was it, Jedi Knight came last year or 2 years ago at this point, and it had multiplayer included, I think it's time for Battlefront because Lord knows the Switch can't get the EA Battlefronts, so get the classic ones.
Oh yeah. So EA would have to wait. Does EA own the rights for Battlefront like 2 original?
No,
and
they
stuff?
don't.
Like, okay.
So,
Cool.
There's a couple other rumors. I want you to tell me if you think they're going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah. Is this the list?
Yes.
All right.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Oh man. I think I remember. Is there like a Pro Controller configuration icon set in the Pro Skater 2 1 and 2 files?
Yes, there was.
I think I don't understand why they announced Crash 4 last month and not also Tony Hawk stuff.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. I think Tony might have died.
Yeah.
I don't think it's here. I don't think it's coming to Switch.
Yeah, I think there's a shot it does, but I don't know how likely it is.
Yeah, I mean they could run it. I
Mhm.
think at like 30 frames.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't get why it wouldn't have been announced already at this point. Like,
Yeah. What about Mass Effect?
yeah, I think that's coming to Switch. Did they announce that, or is that not announced for Switch?
It's not announced for Switch. The collection is announced, but it is coming to last-gen consoles at this point, and whoever's in charge of the remaster effort said like, hey, we're not opposed to bringing it to Switch or like other platforms in the future. We'll see what the road brings us, but like I think there's a chance because it's been rumored for a long time that it was hitting Switch also.
Yeah, didn't it hit like a ratings board for Switch at some point?
It could have. I don't remember though. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's coming to Switch. Maybe it doesn't get announced tomorrow, but maybe that's a later port. I don't know. But yeah,
Sure.
I expect it.
Will we see Apex Legends on Switch tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. In a montage or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nailed it. I agree. Next two are a little more... These aren't announced, but I wouldn't be super surprised. A cloud version of Resident Evil Village.
Yeah. So the cloud version for Resident Evil 7 was only in Japan, right?
Yes, but since then the US has gotten a cloud versions of Hitman 3 and Control, so.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Next one.
Yeah.
Or go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, I was gonna say probably, but I also feel like if that happens, they'll just like be the week of release and it'll just slide out on the eShop. Like, yeah.
Next one's a bit more wild. A cloud version of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Well.
We just got Sephiroth. That 1 year exclusivity for PS4 is wrapping up soon.
Do you remember when Square Enix was getting into the cloud streaming services and they had their own for a bit?
I don't.
It was this. Oh man, do you know the name of the company?
No, what was it?
Shinra.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they literally made a company called Shinra and was trying to get into like the OnLive Gaikai service competitor. And I think you could like play Final Fantasy 13 on your iPhone that way. That was their one thing. But the company was did not last too long. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, yes, that will happen at some point. If not tomorrow. Because I think we're just waiting for that news of the PC version at this point too, right?
Right.
Where they'll know that once that happens, then they'll do that. But absolutely,
all right.
Absolutely.
Final two on my list, and again, if there's any I skipped over that you want to bring up, we can touch on those. But these are announced games that I'd assume we're getting updates for. Monster Hunter Rise, I think will probably be there tomorrow in some capacity.
It's out like next week, right?
End of March. So we still got a few more weeks.
I see.
And a combination of Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD or / SMT5.
Holy fuck, I forgot all about that shit.
That's supposed to be spring for 3, so I think that probably shows up.
No, you're right. Nocturne's going to be there for sure. Shin Megami Tensei 5, man, Atlas had like this internal company, like, I don't know, maybe it was an investor sheet. I don't know how this even got out, but like there was a slate that was saying that game was coming out in like 5 was coming out in June.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo said that was going to be a worldwide simultaneous release.
Okay.
So, dude, I think we could see Shin Megami Tensei 5 tomorrow too, to be honest. I'm hoping, you know what, I'll say it. I'll stop being this not confident person. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is tomorrow as well.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna see it. Let's see it.
I'll throw this out there too. I could see, and we're throwing a lot of stuff out there for predictions, but like it's a 50-minute presentation. Like there's a lot of montages in these things. There's a lot of things that go through.
Yeah. Also, I just like really want to do this because who knows how the next time we get to do this.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just excited.
I believe in this. I think Persona 4 Golden could show up also.
Oh, dude, it totally could.
Because like that PC version did so well, they're like, we're exploring other platforms, just port that PC version. It can run it easily. Like
Scramble is literally out on Friday.
Yeah, dude.
So,
still no 5, but 4 Golden, I think. Yes.
Yeah. God, what was it, dude? Do you see what's that Nintendo online game? What's it? Dragalia Lost?
Yes.
The iPhone game. They have the Persona people coming in that as a event.
Of course.
Like, it's bullshit that Persona 5 isn't on Switch. But enough of that. Yeah, yes. I think Persona 4 Golden might totally be here tomorrow. That's a great pull. And that'd be amazing. Mm-hmm. Likewise, I don't see why they don't also put Yakuza games on the Switch as well. Why not?
Yeah.
Do it. Just do it.
Okay. Table's open a little more now. I have just a funny question. Does what was originally supposed to be announced as South by Southwest last year, and it's just been pushed and pushed and pushed, does Sega use this Nintendo Direct to reveal the anniversary celebration for Sonic?
So South by Southwest isn't happening this year. I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's not.
Yes. I'm gonna say yes. So this is the thing. I feel like the thing with Nintendo Direct is I bet you some of this is gonna be pressure from other third parties that want something like this to happen. Like, to where, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Sega's the one that's like waiting to unleash the Sonic Kraken or something.
Yeah.
This thing.
3D collection.
God, what would that be? Would that be Adventure 1, 2?
Generations Unleashed.
Yeah.
Colors, probably.
I'd buy that.
Yeah.
2006.
That you unlock that.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta like 100% Adventure 2, and then you can unlock 06.
Some people think all that game needs is a simple remaster, and then it will unlock its true potential to being the best Sonic game.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I think you bring up a good point. I think it's a 50-minute presentation. It's the first half of games for 2021. I don't see first party being super significant. I do think we'll get that Breath of the Wild tease for second half, but I don't think there's much other Nintendo stuff announced for second half this week.
Yeah.
Is there anything we haven't touched on? Any other wild ideas you want to throw out there last minute before we wrap up, before this Nintendo Direct finally hits us tomorrow?
Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. Do you think it's happening?
I want it to happen.
Me too.
I think it would be incredible if it showed up at a Nintendo Direct of all places after an entire generation of no Metal Gear collections. But I think that could be very, very fun. I want a new WarioWare badly, so maybe that's time finally. Drop that in April. I'd love that.
I would love that. Are you kidding? Oh my god. Oh shit. New Rhythm Heaven as well. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Just go for it.
Here's another one. I think we'll finally get, because they made a point to say updates for games already available. Of course that means Smash. I'm assuming we'll get a new Animal Crossing trailer for the next couple months of events. But
they need to let my villagers move out without me confirming it.
Sure.
Putting my foot down.
That's an option. I could see, you know what, like, write this down. I think we will get
I'm ready.
DLC announced for either Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Super Mario Party.
Dude, if that Mario Kart DLC finally comes out after years of rumors, I'll eat my foot.
I think it's just unlikely, so that's why I'm gonna bet on it.
Sure. All right. I hear Mario Party sells really well.
Yeah, and that never got DLC ever. It got one update even. So like, I think I could see like a new board or something. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we just randomly get DLC for an old game.
Listen to this, Christian.
Okay.
New Mario port coming. Before on Mario Day even. Let's say this hits on Mario Day.
Okay.
Super Mario Run, Definitive Edition.
Don't do this.
What? Why not? It's not a bad game.
It's not, but like, why? Like, that's a case of like, you already have it on the best platform that game will be on,
Oh my god, imagine if like it comes out and like it's not even they didn't even fix the orientation to 16:9. It's just that same vertical slice in the middle of your big ass TV.
Yeah, I bet that's what it would be.
Awesome. Honestly, I think that game should live on somewhere that's not the iOS store at this point.
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
like put it out. But you're right. It's probably better on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Now, there's one other franchise we haven't touched on at all that I love, you enjoy, I know you do, but I don't know what the odds are because there's no anniversary. I don't know if they want to drop something this year. Do we see anything about Fire Emblem tomorrow?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Are you thinking remake, or are you thinking sequel, or new game, or what?
I'm thinking remake. I'm thinking remake, baby. I think. I don't know.
Get those Marth
don't really know
games.
much about the original, like what, Paths of Radiance and stuff like that, or is that?
I think
is
that was
Mike
Marth.
game?
I think Marth was Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance.
Dude, for some reason, Fire Emblem don't die. I think we get a. So I don't know much about Fire Emblem. I know Three Houses was almost like a spiritual successor or something to like this other Fire Emblem game where about like houses and recruiting and kids and stuff like that.
Okay.
What's that called? The Genealogy of War? What's the one they always...
Genealogy of the Holy War, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they remade that with Koei Tecmo again.
That'd
Or
be
like,
cool.
what is Intelligent Systems doing?
Didn't they do Paper Mario?
Did they do Paper Mario, or did they just do a little bit of Paper Mario and somewhere else they were? Okay, maybe I'm just saying that because Fire Emblem Three Houses they did a little bit of that,
Yeah.
and then most of that was Koei Tecmo.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were all hands on deck on Paper Mario, but that seems unlikely to me. I don't think you need all hands on deck on Paper Mario.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you do.
If I could get anything out of Fire Emblem tomorrow, because I am a newer fan. I came in on the 3DS. If I could get anything, I would truly just want a sequel to Three Houses, because there's some storylines that are alluded to on the Black Eagle's path with Edelgard, of like her hunting down those that live in the shadows, and they never touch on that at all.
Do you think that'd be like the big scale battle stuff though, or was that more like lighter stuff?
I could see it be both. Like I could see it work out where there's a phase where you're hunting down those who went against you, and then like second phase of the game is like just a new territory comes in, and then you have a war with them. But
Yeah,
I'd love
I
a
wouldn't
sequel.
mind that.
I'd love a sequel because I
Yeah,
think it's best selling Fire Emblem. I think
Oh really?
it could be. Yeah, I think it outsold Awakening. I can check that, but
I wouldn't be surprised. That game's really good. That game's awesome.
yeah,
I would play a sequel for sure.
yeah. I would love
I
that.
don't think I would mind just a remake as well. I'm sure whatever, as long as like, I'd be happy with whatever I guess we get tomorrow.
Yeah. So.
You think we're getting something tomorrow?
for Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if I had to put money on something. I'd probably say a remake, but
But do you think we get news about something tomorrow?
yeah, I think we'll probably get something from Fire Emblem.
Cool.
Because we got nothing last year. So, and I don't.
Was
think...
it a Fire Emblem game last year? Oh wait, no, there was that a $6 NES game.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So I think
they do consider it a yearly franchise.
yeah, I think it's probably time for something.
No, I figured it out.
What's up?
It's Warriors 2.
You know what? That. But do you think they'd have that ready right after Age of Calamity?
Dude, I don't know how how Koei Tecmo works, but I feel like they're making 30 games at the same time, and they all come out. Like, I don't think there's a cap to how many teams they have. Like, really, it could be done. Watch it like be out a week after Scramble. Like,
You know what? You make a good point. I don't know how that company works.
yeah.
So, but I think that's everything that I can think of for like what could happen. Is there anything you want to bring up? Anything you want to ask? If I think it's likely that you have in your head, or
I really
tapped?
I want F-Zero, man. I know they won't do it, but why not?
F-Zero 99.
Yeah, like, oh wait, is for Nintendo Switch Online?
Battle
Dude,
Royale.
Honestly, why not? Honestly, I've played that so hard. Like, something to show us that it's alive. I think I want to believe there's someone at Nintendo that cares.
Sure.
I think because remember, I remember there were talks like years ago, maybe like early 2010s, where they approached Criterion about making a new one, and then it showed up in Nintendo Land.
Right.
I think it's been too long since a F-Zero anything. I think I want to say it's time. It probably isn't, but why not? Also, I could see Star Fox showing up too. That guy always shows up whenever I don't want him to. Like, I think, from what I understand, Miyamoto just cares about that franchise too much to where they won't let it go.
Sure.
So maybe it's Star Fox time. We're what, 4 years into the Switch? It's Star Fox time, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because I remember when the Switch came out, we were like, oh, new Star Fox, but everyone was like, oh, it's too close to 0. But I think at this point, you're right. If there's going to be a Star Fox on this platform, it's probably in the next 2 years.
I bet you they could, like, you see that picture people throw around where it's like all those Wii U ports that are coming or haven't yet?
Yeah.
Like, I think they could probably redo Star Fox Zero in a way that it's actually good. Where they just like mess around with the controls a bit and people aren't mad about it anymore. And that comes over as well.
I'd be interested. I never played it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Star Fox guy. I liked Assault on the GameCube because that was just basically like a Battlefront. But yeah, I think there's a world. You know, I stopped believing in Star Fox Grand Prix, even though I want that more than any other rumored thing that never turned out to be true.
Yeah. Do you think, similar to that Wii U port discussion, do you think Xenoblade Chronicles X happens?
If not Chronicles X, I could see the next Monolith Soft game show up, because I know they did Definitive Edition, but that was reworking stuff that already existed, and what, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was launch year for the Switch. Like, I think they probably have something ready, right? There was that rumor of a new IP they're working on. I know they've done assistance on Zelda games since the Switch launched, but yeah,
it almost seemed like they had 2 teams or something, right? Yeah, I forgot. I think that could show up for sure. Actually, it wouldn't be this year, do you think? Or would it be this year?
I don't know.
Like,
I really don't. Like, the thing is, look at all the things we ran through so far. If like half of these hit this year, that's already a stacked year for Nintendo, right?
Yeah, I think we're just having fun at this point.
I know. Yeah, I don't know what to expect really. Like, cause
and I don't think if it did come out this year, it'd probably be the same month as a Breath of the Wild 2, right? They wouldn't put those out at the same few months, or would they? I don't know.
I really don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what they have planned, because again, they did say first half. Oh, and while I don't fully believe them, because I remember there was that E3, they were like, we're focusing on games for this year, and then they were like, here's this Yoshi game that doesn't have a name, here's this Kirby game that doesn't have a name, see you later. Like,
yeah,
even if they do something, I do think it's probably just going to be, hey, for second half, Breath of the Wild 2, and then everything else is first half. But yeah, I'm excited.
Right, though, they definitely lie about that first half stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
I feel like there's a presentation where they say something like that and then they show something else.
Yeah, for sure. They got a track record.
Yeah, I'll say this too. I don't think the Switch Pro definitely is going to be here.
You think it is?
I don't think. No, it definitely isn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree.
I forget how the Switch Lite was announced, but I think that was just like a random YouTube upload, right? To that same end, I think the Switch was just a random YouTube upload too.
Like, what? They did announce it. They said, hey, the NX is being revealed tomorrow, but
right, yeah.
Switch Pro, I'm still leaning on it showing up next year. I think like spring, March of 2022. I don't think it's this year still.
Yeah, I could see that. Apparently with like these chip shortages too or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know what's happening.
But, well, I think I've tapped all my predictions for things. I don't think I vocally said it, but if there's a 3D Donkey Kong game announced tomorrow, I will weep. But is there anything... Oh, go ahead.
You think we'll ever know what Retro is doing after Tropical Freeze?
I think there's another Donkey Kong. I think there might have been a third Donkey Kong game, and I think they were just, you know what, like, gonna pause it, shift over, and then maybe, like, one of the internal Nintendo studios has been finishing it off over the last 2 years, maybe. I don't know. Cause
that'd be crazy.
There was that Reggie thing, right, where, like, oh, there's the robot hand, and that's, like, Retro's thing that maybe they never announced. I think if you make a Donkey Kong trilogy of country games, right, the first one's classic, what you expect. The second one, it's snow and ice. I think the natural progression is robots. You know, that's the next one.
Man, yeah, that would be awesome.
But, before...
You think they traded with who was making Metroid Prime 4 originally? Was it Namco?
I think
They
so.
just swapped games. Like, hey, you guys finish on those ones.
Maybe. God. I'm excited, dude. We haven't had a full-blown anything could happen for Nintendo in so long. So I'm excited to see what they do tomorrow. But
Me too. I hate these drip feeds, like just small trailers, like beforehand. Like whenever I wake up and here's a Mario collection trailer. It's like fuck that. Give me something to look forward to. Hype me up. Give me a 50-minute presentation. I don't want this Twitter shit, please.
Hell yeah. So, is there anything you want to have a final word on before you plug what you want to plug?
Honestly, no, and I know I'm gonna regret it if I know I'm missing like 90 games I actually want to show up here.
Right.
But my mind is scattered. I guess I'll just say Super Mario Galaxy 3. It's time.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Wait. Should we talk about Odyssey 2? That's
not here. That's not here.
Dude, repeat of 2017 Odyssey 2 and Breath of the Wild 2. Why not?
That'd be awesome, but I doubt it. I don't honestly. I'll eat my words within 24 hours, I'm sure, but Odyssey 2 will never happen.
You're not a believer?
No, Odyssey 2 is done.
No, why can't Odyssey 2? Like, all right, what if it was Odyssey 2, but it was called something else? Like, what if it was that same structure? Would you just consider it Odyssey 2?
If there's the capture mechanic, yes.
Okay.
But if there's no cappy, then it's not Odyssey 2.
Dude, I want Odyssey 2. I feel like Odyssey was so weird that if Nintendo did the sequel thing with that, it'd be bizarre in a way. Like,
yeah, I was one of the people asking for DLC, but at this point, I think they're probably just like they probably have a new idea for a new thing.
See, that's what I feel like DLC was so obvious for that game that it just must have became a whole sequel.
Sure, because that's what happened with Breath of the Wild too, right?
Yeah, and like Super Mario Galaxy 2 even as well. Like,
yeah. So, regardless, even if it does exist, it's not there tomorrow. Don't even expect it.
No, it's there. It's there.
All right. Well, Omar, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on twitch.tv/ohmsthechef, and Twitter, I'm there, Ohms the Chef as well. I think I'm playing. Okay, I'm gonna try and really play Majora's Mask again after the Zelda hype.
Excellent.
That's gonna happen.
Very
I have
nice.
to finish it.
Very nice. You can follow me, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Chun2D2. I've been playing some of that 3D World. Honestly.
Oh yeah.
I might stream some 3D World tonight. Because I was planning on Control, but I might drop Control as a stream game, man. I love it, but I don't know if it's a good stream game. So.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, at least.
Yeah, it's a great game, but...
Do you like 3D World so far?
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I loved 3D Land, so like, just getting a better, refined version of that's incredible. So, and honestly, this is going live later today. Tomorrow is the Direct. I'll probably be doing some sort of reaction thing. Omar, if you're around, you're welcome to join me.
I would love nothing more
Excellent.
than join you for that.
So you can look out for that here on youtube.com/joyclicks. So if you don't want to miss that and you're new to the channel, be sure to sub and stick around. That'll be live tomorrow. Omar and I are also on a retro long play discussion podcast, basically book club for games, here on the channel called the Long Play Club. We just wrapped up Metal Gear Solid 1. We're starting Metal Gear Solid 2. First episode of that is going up next Monday. So if you're a fan of Metal Gear, if you like older games, be sure to check that out as well. And
I bet Kevin isn't listening to this, so I'm just gonna say it because I have to. I can't wait to play the greatest game ever made again this week. It's such a good game. It changed my life. I can't wait.
And who knows? Maybe it ends up on Switch. Maybe
it does. It's on fucking Nvidia Shield, so wouldn't you just put it there?
Yeah. Weirder things have happened with PlayStation franchises showing up on Nintendo. But
oh yeah.
Until then, we'll just see what happens tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy the Direct, because I feel like we've earned it at this point. So
long road.
Hell yeah. But until then, it's pizza time.
Pizza time.